Look, Mike Leach got a ton of hype when he got hired at Mississippi State, and then Lane Kiffin comes in, and they both go back and forth. And the Mississippi schools were looking good. Mississippi State, obviously, they got their win yesterday, which I thought looked great against Texas A&M. Ole Miss continues to keep winning. They're kind of on a trajectory, Paul, where they do Ole Miss first 10-win season in school history, or they went to a New Year's Six game last year. They look really good. Mississippi State can't get over the hump a little bit, but right now, Paul, both of those schools are very entertaining in that they give you just enough to make you believe, and then at the end of the day, maybe fall just short because of that guy hanging out in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, but of the two, yeah, I think what we saw from Ole Miss yesterday was more significant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, State, let a game get away a few weeks ago at LSU, but that game yesterday against A&M was not hard to predict. I mean, this A&M program, I don't know if we have enough time, but and I'll pause on that for 1 second to finish up Ole Miss. But Kiffin rolls the dice with the portal, but it looks like he came up, and I don't remember seeing talking about an Ole Miss defense. that used to just be taken for granted that the defense would be terrible, but he can hang. And remember, who knows where Alabama will be with Bryce Young? That's a little bit dicey to predict, but they have Alabama this year in Oxford. That's a good place to play Alabama.
Yeah, there was the one year there was a land shark defense back in the Hugh Freeze era where they kind of made it trendy. The Kindichis,
right?
They had a couple of players, on that side of the ball. So look, yeah, you're right. There was that. They're an offensive school, and with Ole Miss, and we were talking before we hopped on here. Oxford is one of my favorite college towns in America. There's just something so charming about it in the South, an hour from Memphis. There's the Square for those that haven't been down there. It's quintessential Southern college America. Great facilities there. He does use the portal, but to me, I hate that term sleeping giants because with the way college football is now. But if I had to ID a school in the SEC outside the norm of Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Florida, Ole Miss to me is a place that you could get and recruit and stay and hang on until Nick Saban goes somewhere.
Yeah, here's the key right now, and Lane is always an enigma, and he says the right things. I interviewed the AD; they say the right things, but I will just say this, Matt. I sense an uneasiness there in talking to Lane Kiffin about NIL. He had just come from a collective press conference, probably not what you want to do on the Friday before a big game, but that's a necessity. There was a big donors get together at the stadium on Friday night, and Ole Miss is trying to fight back to hang with the usual suspects, and I wonder whether they can or not, because you have to. And I think Kiffin, this is a sense. I sense a little frustration from him. So what does that mean? Is Lane in the portal at the end of the season? Auburn's coming after him. There will be others who come after him. And while most will say conventional wisdom would indicate he's not leaving, I'm not in the conventional wisdom train. I'm not positive about that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.